Hi, my name is Gwen Jones. I'd like to share with you a study which investigated maximal force production of wrist flexors and extensors in various wrist and hand grip positions. The length tension curve tells us that maximal force production is decreased in multiarticulate muscles when the muscle deviates from resting length. When a muscle is too long or too short, suboptimal overlap of actin and myosin filaments in the sarcomeres occurs. Studies have shown that grip strength decreases with increased wrist flexion. This study was interested in how variations in grip length and wrist position affect the maximum voluntary contraction, or MVC, of the wrist flexors and extensors compared to standard position. Based on the length tension curve, I expected the MVC to be decreased in positions in which the wrist flexors or extensors were shortened or lengthened compared to standard position. 8 Regis University DPT students volunteered as subjects, including 3 males and 5 females, ranging in age from 23 to 36 years old. Standard position of the hand on the hand grip dynamometer was established for each subject with a straight wrist, and the dynamometer adjusted to be in contact with the proximal interphalangeal joints. This position allowed the flexors and extensors to be at a near neutral length. The subjects were instructed to maximally contract their grip for 3 to 5 seconds, and the maximum force on the dynamometer was recorded as the subject's MVC. The maximum force was recorded again with the hand grip shortened and lengthened, as well as with the wrist in full flexion and extension with the hand grip in standard position. During these tests, EMG data was collected from the wrist flexors and extensors. However, the EMG did not measure force and was therefore not used as a focal point in answering the research question. I found that all positions tested resulted in decreased MVC compared to standard position. The MVC was weakest with the wrist in full flexion. The means of these data were reported as % standard MVC. As predicted by the length tension curve, flexor and extensor muscle lengths shorter or longer than standard resulted in decreased % standard MVC due to suboptimal cross-bridge formation. The weak MVC in full wrist flexion was likely due to active insufficiency in which, at their shortest length, the wrist flexors couldn't maximally contract. EMG analysis revealed little difference in muscle activation between positions. Limitations of this study include intra-rater reliability and instrumentation bias. The results of this study may have implications for clinical strength testing, wrist orthotics, and proper techniques for using assistive devices.